for Blood Run.
Yep, so hopefully he's got some CPM A experience. It looks like he has with the Sorlag as well, so he's going to be bunning hot across this map very quickly. Got to be careful of that Sorlag though. That acid spit in close quarters is going to be wreckful. But Galena, Ranger and Visor, interesting picks, and also Nyx coming out as well.
What I find quite interesting as well is the fact that he chose Nyx even after he chose Visor. So it made me think twice. I'm not sure if he knows the matchup too well in that circumstance, but all I can say for him is I hope he doesn't go to that last champion when he's playing against Visor for people.
Yeah, it depends on how flexible that Visor is. I mean, you have to be incredibly patient to force that invis and hit those shots first before you get Nyx going invis. Like, that's the whole sort of premise going into this fight, that Nyx will not start off, or she'll either start off using her invis going in, or if she uses it defensively, then she is pretty screwed. But, you know, hopefully that is not the case. Yeah, but she wants to land that first damage and sort of force that Visor's ultimate as quickly as possible, as many times as possible. But whether that happens or not, who knows? Yeah,
because it's like I said, Blood Run is a hit and miss sometimes in terms of picks, but I'm just still surprised about the Nyx picks at the end. But it's like I said, you know, 25% of the pick throughout the entire thing. But I would be interested to see how much it's picked on Blood Run, because Blood Run is probably very useful just in general.
Yeah, I mean, Nyx is always really useful on Blood Run. Just, you know, you can jump up to the armor very easily. You can access the Mega very easily. You have options to get in, and we're kicking things off.
Yeah, it looks like now they're just going to look down, try and get Mega, but it looks like Reynir picked up the Mega for him, so he's just going to try and get away. And it looks like he will be trying to attempt to get the arm at the moment, and it looks like, I think he's just literally just got it before him, and as he's trying to light him away, he's going to try and hit himself back up.
Yeah, so really low here. It's going to possibly go down to this LG. I mean, what was he thinking? I mean, he had his speed boost up, didn't use it, went across the Mega, which was nowhere near up. Just a little bit foolish. He should have just picked up and stayed a little bit cooler.
Yeah, I think it might have been more first round nerves, because, you know, it's not with any person, but it looks like Reynir's managed to get the first round, trying to spawn kill his opponent, almost managed to in the end, but it looks like Zorg will just barely be able to get away.
This is going to be a fast one here. Reynir just looking very complete, looking very focused, picking up the 100 armor as well now, and he's just going to find himself a lonely Nyx.
Yeah, it looks like Reynir will be hunting him down for now with the amount of health and armor he's got at the moment, but yeah, it looks like he's just pulled back for now, and Zorg's going to try and get that Mega, but as he does, he's going to meet to the rail, but it looks like he may just be able to back off in time.
Yeah, there's the zoom rail again. Easy, quick first round there for Reynir.
Yeah, it looks like Reynir, you know, didn't have to worry about the Nyx at the start or anything like that at the end, did he? Like, he seemed to ease himself in quite well. What do you think?
I mean, he's got nothing to worry about in this game, I believe. I mean, with his opponent, he looks very, very new in my opinion, but I could be wrong. Maybe it was just like pre-round nerves. Just dropping down the totem there, it's a little bit better.
Yeah, definitely. Like, with me, for example, like, you know, it doesn't matter how many tournaments you go to, first round jizz can always happen. Like, you know, it can happen to anyone. But obviously, it depends on how many experiences you've had. With Reynir, he's obviously, like, knows it quite well, not just the map and the game itself, but I think in the tournament scene in general, it just seems to be quite comfortable going into this. But as we're talking about that, it looks like he is just about to frag him, but yeah, never mind. Reynir's managed to finish off, no problem, and he's going to try and get the spawn kill straight afterwards.
Bouncing him like a pinata, just smacking him about, air rockets everywhere. And Reynir just looks completely and utterly relaxed right now. He's just going to keep putting down these totems and just wait for his opponent to walk into them, get some free damage. Anarchy looking a little bit lost on the other side of the map here. Coming in, the shotgun takes down the totems, knows it's about.
Now, it's quite interesting now, because he's got Galena with, like, full health, full armor at the moment, and he's just waiting for, like, an insta-man with height advantage, but it looks like he's going to rail and wait for the next armor to appear in the next 10 seconds, but it looks like it's going to frag him anyway, and already now, it's 2 champions down.
Yeah. Zor just standing there, taking rails. I mean, no attempt to actually get out or sort of heal up. Using his invis very early here, just the scared noise. Doesn't even take any damage, I don't believe. Just the sound of the rocket was enough to make him trigger it. So very inexperienced here, and unfortunately is going to fall down here now. Definitely.
I think the nerves are getting the best of him. It could be a massive skill gap just in general, but you know, this is probably one of the fastest game of ones I'm probably going to see today.
Indeed it is. I mean, it's going to be 3-0 in no time.
It's going to be an early night.
Well, I hope so.
Well, look at things like we've got Reynir who's now going to go for the armor again like he did before, and now he's going to try and stop him from actually going up, but he lets him get away anyway. And it looks like now he's beefed up again with the healthy armor, and now he's going to try and pin him down as much as he can.
Yep. Reynir with the nail gun, shotgun to his name. Going to pick up an RL here. And stacks.
Yeah, I think stacked is an understatement for Ranger at the moment. I think at the moment Zorg is just waiting for the next armor it appears, but it looks like he was going for the Mega instead and just barely manages to get away. I've not actually seen that before, but it looks like with Reynir now, he's now back to his maximum armor and he's just waiting for his opponent to come through.
Yeah, good timing with the teleport there with the dire orb. Wait for his opponent. He wasn't even flinching as he was doing it, just wait for the Mega. Teleport up as soon as he got it. But good rockets actually coming in from Zor, getting his opponent confused there. Reynir was searching, got hit roundabout, and couldn't find his opponent very quickly, but he still had the armor stack, he had the Mega, and so he had nothing to really worry about at the end of the day. I mean, it seems like he was just delaying the Mega slightly there, just so he could time it with the armor, and big damage coming in on the top of the head of Sorlag, and she's running away.
I think this is a skill gap here. I think normally when people ghost walk in that situation earlier on, normally they'll just run straight past them or just stand still just in general and wait. But because he carried on running off, I think Reynir kind of had a feeling that he would, due to the fact that he's feeling a bit pressure going to this first round matchup. But right now, it looks like he's going to just plow into him anyway. He's got so much confidence going into Zorg at the moment. But it looks like Zorg could be end of the road for him here.
Yep, first map down that quickly, and it's going to be interesting to see what he's going to pick next, because you know he looks fairly new to Quake. It's good to see that we've got some new players coming in, but yeah, Reynir just looking too strong, absolutely hammering out the damage as well.
Now, this is going to be quite interesting now, because it's not just the pressure of what happened in that first game, it's the fact that it didn't take out one champion at all. A nice 6-0 sweep. Now, I think he's hoping doesn't drop a goose and actually not drop any champions after this next round. But what do you feel like Zorg has to do now in this next matchup? What do you reckon is the best pick for him?
There's no best pick for him in this matchup. This is that simple. I mean, he's completely outmatched in every regard. He needs to put a couple of years into Quake at the moment. I'm not trying to be really nasty or anything, but you know, it's good to see that he's actually trying. He's putting himself out there. A lot of players wouldn't do that, and that I have a respect for. But you know, he's going into one of the biggest tournaments that Quake has ever had in a long time, and you know, this is kind of the caliber of players that you should be expected to go up against, and he shouldn't be disheartened. You know, any bit of damage that he lands, any bit of confusion that he gets on his opponent is a small win, and he should take away something from that. You know, Reynir looks so good right now in comparison, but we'll see how Reynir does further on in the competition. I mean, who knows? Yeah,
it's one of those situations where, like, you know, it could be one of his first week's matchups just in general, so, you know, there shouldn't really be too much pressure on him because of the fact that I think he has a feeling he knows what's going to happen just in general, but, you know, being on stream can also add to the pressure as well. But, you know, if this is one of his first events or first online cups actually going in, then, you know, we could probably see what happens from there, because, you know, it's like we said before, we've all had first tournaments like from years and years ago in the past, you know, and we feel that pressure, but sometimes it's the adrenaline which kind of overcomes that pressure and the nerves going into this. But yeah, we have just been told it is Ruins of Sarniv, which is going to be the next one, so I am hoping to see a bit of Slash, but, you know, can't hope for me.
Well, hopefully we'll actually see it, you know, with this kind of matchup. I mean, might just have a bit of fun here, Reynir, and just go with a Slash pick, but then again, it's a qualifier for $1 million tournament, so probably not. And he's picking up his first pick on Galena, and Anarchy again coming up for Zor.
Yeah, it looks like there could be one of those players where they like to stick with their matchups rather than changing depending on the meta of the actual matchups they're playing against, depending on which map. So, you know, it won't surprise me too much. Like, we've seen Galena, we've seen Ranger, we've seen Vice again, the exact same matchup for Reynir, and it looks like with Zorg, they've chosen the exact same matchup as well, but instead having Snorlag last instead of Nyx.
Yeah, I mean, Vice has been basically top 3 picks from these lovely ESR meta picks that we've been provided with. Thanks, ESR. Always a good, reliable source of information, if not a little bit angry in the community, but, you know, that's what you expect from ESR. You got to love them. Well,
yeah, this is one of these things, I suppose, because I think to be a top-tier player as well, you're not just understand the matchup, but you need to choose the champions which is right for the map as well. So as you could see, it didn't seem to matter if he'd chosen the smallest map or the largest map. It seems like he just wants to stick with the same composition the whole time.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of players will do that anyway, just comfort picks, you know. For instance, I've had a bit more experience with Hell on this. He's very comfortable with his current meta setups, and he's reluctant, he's scared, or I should, to, you know, involve new play, new changes, because he worries he'll play worse, when really he's got more to gain and more to learn by doing that, by mixing things up. And, you know, the quicker he does it in practice, the better he's going to be when it comes to a tournament. And, you know, you don't want to have that decision, this guy's beating me on my best matchup, and now what can I do? Oh, I could try and mix it up, and then you're just thrown into the deep end.
Well, this is exactly it. But again, we've got Galena versus Anarchy, the first matchup. And as we can see, Zorg will go straight for the Mega and the Rocks. Huge advantage right now as he's trying to look for the Anarchy player. But I think the Anarchy player right now is actually just dropped down, is looking for the armor, which I think not who's had two had already. I think he has got the Mega already though.
Yeah. I mean, good spam rocket down towards the railgun, sort of reading into the situation where his opponent would be, picking up that armor. And could be a fight here at the rockets. Big rocket coming in. Ooh, Zorg coming out on top here. He can chase this frag down. He switched out to the try, but that's not a great move, but he will find the Mega. Panicking, searching for his opponent. Just a little bit wary there, but Galena gonna be able to pick up that armor, and comes in strong and comes in fast, and there we go.
Oh, that's such a shame as well. But it's not just low tier players. Some of the mid to high tier players do sometimes assume they're on more health than they actually are, so it makes them feel more pressured whether to actually wait and go down or whatever. But I think Zorg was kind of waiting for the Mega at the same time. I think he was hoping to pick it up and also drop down for it at the same time, but sadly by then Reynir was already healed up. But it looks like they're going to a battle at the moment. I think Reynir is going to try and be able to finish him off, and he's waiting for the outcome, but it looks like he will get the arm at the same time, but it looks like Zorg will be getting away with the rocks.
Yeah, I mean, Zorg, a risky poke out there with the railgun there. I mean, one hit away from death she was, and good spam rockets coming in, landing and connecting. Got in visit just at the right time. I was hoping that she wouldn't go in, and she didn't, which was the right move. Gonna try and go down to the low ground and pick up the armor. Got to watch out for these totems though, but this is surely going to be it for Nyx unless you can land in another couple of rails. And yeah, Reynir's going a little bit easy, I feel, on his opponent there.
Yeah, it looks like Reynir is keeping timings really well at the moment. It seems like not giving Zorg any chance at all to gain any power-ups. And looks like he is on the hunt for him right now. With Zorg, he hasn't picked up any health orbs or armor shards or anything at all at the moment. He seems to be just trying to back off and be careful. But I think he's more playing the sound game at the moment rather than actually trying to seek out his opponent and try and heal up.
I don't know what game he's kind of playing at the moment. I mean, there's many options there to be had. I mean, the timing was pretty rough from Reynir, to be honest. I mean, there was an opportunity to steal Mega, especially when you're Nyx. Maybe he didn't have invis, maybe he didn't want to go for it. But I think he just looked a little bit lost on the map, to be honest, than more than anything else.
Yeah, because there was a lot of time in that game. I think it was about 30 seconds or so. It seemed like he wasn't too sure. I don't know if he didn't know where the health orbs or armor shards were, or maybe he just was a bit pressured and a bit wary in case Reynir's actually already there waiting for him to actually expect to do that move. So yeah, it's quite interesting. But again, Reynir going straight for the rockets and the Mega Strafters and hunting down his opponent.
Yeah, spamming out the teleporter exit there. Going straight for the LG and probably rail soon after. He's gonna try and read into his opponent here. Didn't quite guess correctly, but they're soon gonna meet up in the rocket launcher. Sorlag is going to get 7 cannons to death here.
Yeah, considering as well, he actually had full armor and almost full health as well. He was pretty beefed up. And considering he actually managed to come out on that just barely as well after the acid. But right now, he just needs to get out of it and just get some health and armor back.
After that dire orb, I kind of choked up a little bit there. I always forget that Quake doesn't have full damage in.
So I've completely forgotten as well, to be fair. So you know, you're not the only one.
As a UT player, I was like, oh, he's just killed himself. But no, that's not the case at all.
And it looks like now already, as we were talking about that one segment, all 3 champions down already. 12-0, I think that was in overall.
To be expected, considering the last game or the last map was
To be
exactly the same.
Oh, mate, yeah, this is long over. Like, bring on the next match right now. I mean, there's not much to cast here apart from Reynir picking up some frag movie shots.
I do apologise, sorry, by the way. It's actually 15-0 so far, so potentially 18. Sadly, you know, I meant to be able to do that, but sadly, as you can see, I can't. But as you can see here, like, Reynir's just going to keep him back for now, try and stop him from getting the rockets, and it looks like he's going to finish him with the machine gun with no problem, and now hunt him down again.
Yep. Grabbing some time shards here. Chopping Totem down on the teleporter too, just in case we see this Nyx go through. Some easy free damage. I mean, Nyx can actually be one-shot by one of those totems. They do 75 damage. They also heal Galena for 50, I believe. Incredibly useful and great for slowing down fast-moving players as well. But Reynir's
he's in a situation now, I think, where he's actually knocked him down, but he's trying to actually wait for him to actually poke out. But he's trying to rail him from such a small range at the moment. But you have to do a couple more rounds. Oh, no, never mind. It was in rail range anyway, but looks like he will be getting away and going to try and go for potential rocks and Mega when he actually goes out there.
Reynir doing more damage to himself than Nyx there.
Yeah. I think that was an understatement to the least, wasn't it?
Just randomly fire around, wait until something connects. But easy control maintained here from Reynir.
But this is his opportunity now. Like, Zorg needs to try and figure out exactly what he needs to do to get these power-ups back up. But it looks like he jumps and bashed into him anyway. But unlucky for him, it's going to be down to his last champion, which is Snorlax. So it's going to be tough against Galena.
It's going to be tough, yeah, against Reynir in general here. Snorlax doing some nice asset spit. Hopefully that can do something, but it won't. Rocket's too powerful. Getting hammered, and a clean 2-0 victory. Reynir just too easy for him. I mean, to be honest, I think he was going a little bit too easy on him as well. I would have rushed him down immediately at every chance, knowing how, you know,